Hello, my name is Camille Wright. This learning theory review will discuss the theoretical framework, methodology, and findings of 3 articles as they relate to the experiential learning theory. To give an overview of experiential learning theory, it really emphasizes problem solving and skill building, as well as looking at the situational context that the learning is taking place in, the social interactions that happen during the learning, and also having the experience of doing things that are hands-on. And the major contributors to this theory are Kolb, Vygotsky, also with Piaget and Bandura. The first article I chose to review was titled The Place of Play, From Playground to Policy to Classroom Well-Being. First, the article started off by defining play as a child-initiated pleasurable experience that includes elements of physical movement and pretend. It also included some prior research that linked play to increased cognitive development, motor skills, social skills, problem solving, emotional development, and the ability for play to inspire curiosity and an overall understanding of the world in the child. And these are skills that can translate into classroom and real-world contexts. It's also worth noting that in 2009, the UN declared play as a universal right for all children. So the state of Ontario implemented curriculum in 2010 that was designed to focus on the areas of personal and social development, language, math, science, and technology, and the arts, as well as overall cognitive and physical development. So after this play-based curriculum was implemented, this study interviewed teachers based on their personal experiences using the curriculum with their students. These 6 teachers that were interviewed ranged in experience between teachers who had taught for 19 years and a couple teachers who were still in their credential program. They recorded these interviews, transcribed them, and coded them for meaning in terms of agreement between ideas and experiences. And the findings were that all interviewees agreed that the curriculum was an effective way to meet students' learning needs in these areas. They mentioned that this was an exciting opportunity for teachers, and a concern was that they would like to see the curriculum continue beyond 3rd grade, and were worried that once they pass 3rd grade, they will only be exposed to learning experiences geared to prepare them for standardized testing. Another agreement was that overall the curriculum benefited problem solving and collaboration skills among students that they hadn't seen before, and the physical activity involved in play-based learning improved behavior management in the classroom. In conclusion, the study helped represent the benefits and concerns of play-based learning curriculum from the viewpoint of teachers experiencing it firsthand. The second article I found was titled Project-Based Learning Through the Incorporation of Digital Technologies, an evaluation based on the experience of learners. Although project-based learning connects to the problem-based learning theory, this study's theoretical framework also heavily relates to the main ideas within experiential learning, which involves using project-based work to increase participation and create more meaningful learning experiences, collaboration, teamwork, and real-life experiences that can then be transferred to other contexts. Also, the idea behind this was to use the teacher to facilitate the learning experience and provide feedback and support to students during the process of project-based learning. And the study also involved the use of technology to enhance interest, to provide access to information, and to aid in production for their final project. Now, it's similar to play-based learning, but I would say it's more formal and involves a culminating project as a result of learning. So the focus of this study was to see what teachers' opinions were on using project-based learning that incorporates technology as a teaching strategy itself. And it was located in Spain. There were 310 participants, and it was conducted during the 2014-2015 school year. They used a questionnaire with responses that were on a Likert scale, and they specifically looked at the relationships between the responses based on school context, project characteristics, the teacher's role in the process, the student's role in the process, the tools used, more specifically the digital tools, and the individual results. The findings were that there were strong positive experiences and support for project based learning with technology from the teachers that used it. They reported benefits that included students improving their skills in technology, metacognition, social and emotional development, and positive school culture within their classroom. And one of the concerns was is that they reported that it took a long time to set up and go through each step of the process, and they didn't always have the resources and materials available to them. This final article that I chose was Playing Styles Based on Experiential Learning Theory, which looked to examine the relationship between learning styles and playing styles to improve design in educational video gaming. So the types of play refer to the different types of actions that the player does while they're playing the game, which includes such as working to achieve a goal, problem solving, receiving outcomes and feedback, interacting and adapting to the circumstances within the game, and these can be done both individually and with other users. The framework for this study also explicitly discussed Kolb's experiential learning theory, Kolb's learning style inventory, and the learning cycle stages. So in 1992, Honey and Mumford created a learning style questionnaire based on Kolb's learning style inventory. And finally, the Adopt a Playing Style based questionnaire was based on this learning style questionnaire, but it also was adapted for playing styles, specifically in video games. So the study used 260 volunteers. They recruited them through email, and they were all Bulgarian college students. They were asked to complete an online anonymous questionnaire based on a Likert scale, and the questions included demographic data, gaming experience, the Adopt a Playing Style questionnaire, as well as the Honey and Mumford Learning Style questionnaire. And the gaming experience really had to do with how often the volunteers played video games and what their preferences were. For example, whether they liked action adventure, puzzle, social media, fighting games, role playing games, strategy, and shooter games. And what they did was compare these two questionnaires to see if there was any correlation between the learning style and the playing style. And they found that there were strong correlations between the types of learners people were and the types of players people were. However, the Adopt a Play Style questionnaire was similar and based on the Honey and Mumford Learning Style questionnaire. So it's no surprise that they were similar. But what the study really did was see, okay, now let's take people who actually play video games and see whether or not this test is valid.